Proseguiamo. Allora, qui. Vediamo se qui c'è qualche oggetto. Dove dobbiamo andare su di qui? Rena, pianeta visibile nel cielo di Dana. Popolato da una serie di... Però... Terra di incendio, prezioso, orbis canale.
That's...
Ganymede Castle, stronghold of Lord Balseth, self-imposed ruler of all Calaglia.
I've never seen it from this close before.
That's it, all right. And next to it are the gates of fire. Take a good long look while you still can. That wall is what we've come to tear down. The only thing standing between us and freedom.
Freedom.
Let's go.
Andiamo. Allora. Era un vulcano. Ah, quelli combattimenti. Facciamolo. Lupo 3, che sono 3 lupi. Per mitigare combattimenti, per me per ok, va bene proprio con me.
Don't go charging off like that. See ya. Talon store.
I'm only getting started.
Don't let them form a pack.
We did it! These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Here I come. Here I come. Talon store.
Slash! Swallow blade!
On it.
Try harder!
Here I come.
Only getting started.
Ottimo.
Pathetic.
Perfetto. Ho dato zanna affilata più 2. Quindi sono utili nel ok.
Don't fight any enemies you can otherwise avoid, alright?
Makes sense.
Dai, battiamolo. Il golem gigante.
I'm only getting started.
Oh, porca miseria.
I'll bring you.
Come facciamo?
Back from death's abyss.
Talon store. Touch. Circle and bring them down.
Ah, ok, meno male.
You're mine.
Sembra che adesso siamo deboli, non abbiamo...
You're finished.
Magna Ray.
Here I come. Run you through. See ya. Talon store.
Non abbiamo neanche... gli oggetti
I'm
utili,
sure I can put
quindi-
this to use.
Allora, devo andare peggio. Io è andato veramente. Però siamo senza armatura né niente.
What a weird stone.
Due ce ne
I sense a strange power from it. We should gather as many as we can find.
Questo c'è qualche oggetto interessante. Bottiglia della vita, ottimo.
Seems you found something good.
Era
Supplies
logico,
like that are valuable. Never
ci
overlook them.
dava quello.
Got it. I'll remember that.
Let's stop a moment to catch our breath.
But I've barely worked up a sweat.
Speak for yourself. What do you want, a medal? Doesn't look like we're being followed. Fail to grab these rare moments of quiet when you can. You'll end up regretting it later.
You're the boss.
Campamenti. Riposi in accampamento per acquistare le forze del gruppo. Durante la sosta puoi guardare, scegliere e poi devi prendere.
Normally, we should take turns standing guard. But this first time...
Zephyr, why aren't you concerned about who I am?
You feeling left out, son?
No, it's not that. But
You said you wanted to fight so that you can live a free man. At this point, that's all that matters. Even if it somehow turned out you were a Renin, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
a Renin?
Until we know who you are, we can't rule anything out. Besides, we've already got Shion with us. At this point, what's one more Renin as long as they're on our side?
So you don't see every Renin as an enemy?
Our goal isn't to hunt down and kill all Renins. We only arm ourselves as much as we need to set ourselves free. If you can believe it, not every Danin agrees with what we're doing either.
Are you saying we have enemies among the Danins?
Not quite. They're just not up for rebelling, per se. The thing you have to remember is that everyone has their own path to walk.
I'm not sure I understand.
That's okay. Just focus on what we have to do right now. However, the time will come when you'll need to decide what to do for yourself.
Il più mancante. Ok, questo l'abbiamo visti. Possiamo proseguire. Quello l'abbiamo già visto prima.
A Master Core, huh? Now I see. So that's why Balsef's cronies were so desperate to catch her.
Is that what it's called? The jewel in her chest?
Oh, right. You don't remember a damn thing, do you? Fair enough. Guess it's time to fill you back in. Tell me, you ever wonder why we Danins are made to work ourselves to the bone, day in, day out?
Well, when you put it like that, I always just assumed we were mining resources for them.
And don't you think it'd be quicker if they used all that high-powered tech they have? Why go to all the trouble of relying on weak human labor? Listen, what the Renins are really after isn't resources or minerals. It's astral energy. They're harvesting the astral energy that sleeps inside all matter in life forms. And they're doing it the same way they have for the past 300 years, using us Danins as mere siphons.
Right. They have machines for minerals, but extracting from Danins requires spirit cores. Any astral energy collected passes through a spirit vessel on its way to being stored in a master core.
But why go to the trouble of collecting all this energy in the first place? Do they really need all that juice just to use astral arts?
It determines the Sovereign.
Sovereign? Is that the Renin ruler?
Exactly. 5 lords, each doing whatever it takes to gather as much astral energy as they can and store it in their master cores. Whichever of them manages to accumulate the most power at the end of their contest is crowned the ruler of the Renin motherland. A new crown contest, as they call it, is held every decade or so.
So you see, the Master Cores are the receptacles in which the Lords store their power. And we Danins are sacrificed, so the Renins can choose their new ruler.
That's insane! You're telling me that's what our people have been dying for this whole time?
Relax, hero. You're not the only one who's bent out of shape about the whole thing. There are 2 things that I haven't been able to get my head around yet. What business would a Renin have stealing a Master Core? And what's the deal with that blazing sword?
I think the sword is a physical manifestation of the Master Core's astral energy. As for why it took the shape of a sword, well, I don't know any more than you do. Honest.
And that stuff about needing your permission to use it? What was that about?
I'm the only one of us who can control the Master Core to some extent. Without me to adjust the flow of astral energy, the sword can't take a physical form.
What do you want out of this? You may be one of them, but you don't strike me as the ruthless oppressor type.
I'm going to take down all of the lords.
Never thought I'd say this, but I like the cut of your jib, Renan. Very well. As far as we're concerned, the struggle continues either way. And with that sword on our side, our chances of victory just increased. That is, of course, assuming we can count the two of you in.
Fine by me. After all, it sounds like we're after the same thing anyway.
Honestly, I'm still a little confused by all this. But if it's a choice between this or going back to being a slave, then I choose to fight.
Then it's settled. Together we'll overthrow the Renan Lords. And first up on that chopping block is Balsef, the wild beast. Sound good?
I've gotta hurry.
Ok.
We have another secret hideout in Ulzebek, not far from here. We should be able to meet up with our comrades there.
Stavolta ne prendo soltanto una. Dove si trova? Qui si trova indietro. Però sembra attaccata all'acqua della dove si trova?
We should be able to eat this. Whenever you find some, make sure to grab it.
It's edible, huh? Good to know.
Definitely.
Guess I misread the landing.
Che dolore. Carpa.
What's this thing?
Salvia. Tutto questo per una carta. Vabbè, però almeno abbiamo preso gli ingredienti che possono servire. Ok, siamo qui qua. Ricette. Incustodito.
That is one enormous stray.
I don't think we can take it right now.
Mi sembra che non sia il caso in questo momento,
We've almost made it to Ulzebek.
Vedendo come sono messi non devo fare.
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
Però qui è pieno di nemici, non fa di combattimento. Dai, un po' combattiamo.
I'll take you all on!
Mega Ray!
Here I come! Don't go charging off like that!
Mega
I'll run
Ray!
you through! That is coming! Guess we gotta roll with it!
Here, let me help.
You're not giving up now, are you?
No, don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Porca miseriaccia.
Silent storm!
Resuscitation!
Not done yet!
I'm only getting started.
That is coming! Rising Viper!
Abbiamo bisogno di combattere,
I can feel my power growing. What's this thing?
Non siamo proprio messi bene come punti esperienza. Combattere. Adesso li combattiamo,
Normally
quindi
I don't
diventiamo
pick on
più
the weak.
forti.
I'll run you through. See ya. Talon storm. Here I come. Touch cannon. Rising water. Not half bad.
Could you try to be less patronizing?
I didn't mean nothing by it. Talon storm. Touch cannon. You're mine.
Ma sì. Quindi diventiamo forti
Wow.
migliorati.
Take a look at that.
Ok, perfetto. Lì è il punto dove dobbiamo andare. No, perché non abbatterli? Ecco, solo due.
Cut it out. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare?
I know I already asked you this, but are you sure we haven't met somewhere before?
What's so hard to understand? I'm Renan, you're Danon. There's no way. Besides, I'm from Lenegis. Trust me, wherever you were before you lost your memory, we've never crossed paths.
Lenegis? You mean the same Lenegis that's up in the sky? I've heard it called the Renan's Castle, but I never imagined people actually lived up there.
Well then, where did you think we all lived? Didn't you see the Renan Lords descend for the crown contest?
And how long ago was that?
Well, the current contest started 7 years ago, so...
Then I wouldn't remember.
Just how far back do you remember?
About a year, give or take. That's how long ago Doc found me.
1 year. Then no. I'm sorry, but there really is no way we could have met.
Guess not.
Dai, combattiamo, combattiamo!
It's over! Here, let me help!
Rising Wyvern.
aid!
See ya. Mirage. Talon storm.
There!
Touch cannon.
Guarda bene.
You're mine.
Here, let me
You're
help!
finished.
First
Rising
aid!
Wyvern. Mirage.
Here I go! I'm only
Here I
getting
come.
started! This
You're
is it!
finished. Here I come.
First aid!
See ya. Swallow blade. Talon storm.
Ottimo. Non è che abbiamo un'arma potentissima, però ci serve per aumentare i punti. Sì, proseguiamo, proseguiamo. Ci sono campane. E così. Apriamo il portone. Apriamo il portone. Nuova zona. Bello. Ulzebek. chiama Ulzebek. Posticino dove si può vivere tranquillamente.
Okay, people, this is it. Ulzebek.
No sign of any Renan guardsmen.
The Renans aren't as populous as the Danans. Probably figure stationing guards in a place like this would be a waste of precious manpower.
So this is where the next safe house is?
Yes. The last place they'd think to look for enemies is on their own doorstep.
That is, assuming anyone actually made it here before us.
Zephyr! Looks like we needn't have worried. Come on.
Così possiamo togliere.
Should this really be here?
Non mi dipende una retta. Ok. Era giusto qua. Ah, che botto. Vediamo bene tutta la zona perché non ci sono mai. Vorrei che non ci sono mai. Come faccio fare? Mosso di qua. Questo deve essere questo. Io devo andare solo per vedere. Fai un po' con la 5. Poi c'è una scala, volevo raggiungere la scala. Anche delle dettagli. Quindi così qua lo facciamo. Potrei trovare anche degli oggetti. Tanto esploriamo un attimo il posto, poi. Abbiamo andato su, abbiamo sparato su. Oggetti non sono. Ho fatto tutto. Andate, spera. L'avevo vista la scala. Un po' come si è messo. Un po' messi male alla fine. Ok. Una locanda. Come si trova la locanda? Qui c'era la locanda.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Potremmo salire. Oh no. Posso vedere quindi salite cosa sono queste? Ricambio di carne, bottiglie di vite. Noi abbiamo 0 gold. Ok. Ma non funziona, va bene. Non vedo neanche un soldo, però non vedo neanche armi né niente, quindi era giusto andare a vedere un po', fare un po' di esplorare. Ci divediamo un po'. Esploratina ci vuole, tanto che va di qua. Aiuto. Li abbiamo già visti.
Zephyr, you made it! See? I told you there's no way Zephyr would have kicked the bucket.
Fine, you were right. So, what's the plan?
Well, we've got an ace up our sleeve and the enemy's in disarray. I say we strike while the iron's hot.
So we're finally going head-to-head with Balsef.
That's right. We can't afford to mess this up. It's now or never.
Then now it is. We've all been waiting for this day for far too long.
Leave the plan to me. In the meantime, yeah, you two need to do something about your outfits.
I have just the thing for your size. Stay right there, okay? Ta-da! I told you, it fits like a dream.
Già un po' meglio,
I'm
direi.
afraid we don't have any Renin clothing. I could find you some Danon outfits. But something tells me you'd rather pass.
Is this really that important?
In case you need reminding, I'm here because our interests overlapped. Nothing more. At no point did I say I've given up being a Renin. Now, let's play nice. How about you ask Nate and see what he says? He's our one-stop shop for info around here. With any luck, he might just know something.
Abito blu oceano. Vestito color blu oceano e 5 datini. Sono composto da questi vari costituenti dei corpi scrapanti, quindi qui c'è pensiero. E lasciate tutto. Ah, ho capito. Però il vestito così lo preferisco. Siamo ancora molto di poco da fare, sarà proprio domande perché ho subito il io parlo un studio che e avere un progetto anche un po' più decente. No, non mi serve per quello, grazie. Io non sapevo. Io volevo sapere, vedere cosa si trova. Non so perché mi ha fatto cadere più di qua. Oh, che miseria. Cosa c'è lì sopra? Cosa c'è sopra? E quello è il ah! L'orecchio da coniglio.
That's an unusual bird.
Eh?
It's an owl. They're often used as a symbol to represent ancient Dana.
Non dimmi che c'è dato un oggetto, Equipaggiamento. Accessori. Cosa c'è dato? Orecchie da un sito di mezzo permette di ascoltare senza volere di conversazioni più riservate. E poi facciamo di indossarlo. Però non problema. Ma dai. Gli accessori non ci fanno per nulla. Qui da coniglio. Ok, ciao. Non è che so niente. C'è cosa da dirci.
Nath, we need your help.
Ah, damn. Never the manpower when you... Huh? Help, huh? What kind? Is it urgent?
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, in that case, would you mind helping me out with something first? The work's really piled up around here.
What is it you'd like us to do?
Anything you can manage. No one cares about us slaves. That's why it's all the more important that we stick together and take care of each other. Check in with that guy over there for details on what needs doing. And thanks in advance.
Ok, sono diventato missioni secondarie.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Sai cosa da dirci?
Hey.
Yes!
Quindi me lo proprio, non mi aspettavo che non andasse maschera di fare in persona. La compagnia agli occhi vedenti, sicuro che lo sapevo. Dalla nostra parte, per fare il posto, si sta venendo in più, allora non c'è problema. Niente per noi. Non al diavolo, mi chiamo Diron, esisto questo rifugio. Così sono alloggio, non abbiamo già i nostri amici. Non ci piace dormire sulla palla, non proviamo a fare. Per il corpo stradato intanto le persone stabilite, come il tuo le battaglie. Si spiegano di noi di rinalzare, sono stati soprattutto per provare a dare meglio.
I guess.
Sembra premuta, quello particolarmente. Dovevamo farci una strategia della mia edizione. Perché questo sempre delle perché c'è veramente abbiamo preso la Buona Visione.
Got it.
Capito? Avvio missione. Missioni secondarie. Parla con il personaggio con del secondo. Va bene, aspetta con secondarie, ma cercare di restare insieme. Per ricevere compenso. Perfetto.
I had no idea the Crimson Crows were so active.
You sound pretty thrilled by that.
Thrilled? Maybe. But I'll settle for hopeful. We know now that not everyone is rolling over for the Renans. Try to be careful not to stand out too much. You're the only Renan around here, you know.
I know. I was just thinking about how communal it feels here, even though it's only supposed to be slave quarters.
Huh? Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, I guess it is different from heavily patrolled Mosgul. Were you expecting something more depressing?
It's likely a sign that Balsef doesn't think you guys can do anything to him.
What?
I mean, if Balsef thought the Crimson Crows actually posed a threat to him, you'd figure he'd be trying harder to suppress them.
You... No. You're probably right about that. All of the other Danans that aren't with the Crimson Crows accept the Renan's rule as simply a fact of life. From the day we're born, no, probably even before that, it's been drilled into us that the only purpose our lives have is to help select the next sovereign.
If they don't like the status quo, then they should fight it. Otherwise, they're endorsing it either way.
I see it differently, but that's just me. Speaking of Renans, do all of them think about things the way you do?
I won't deny that among my fellow Renans, power and status are everything. However, that isn't what this is about for me. I have something I need to do, and I'll do whatever it takes, and use whoever and whatever I need in order to get the job done. To hell with power.
Concludiamo qui il nostro video qui a Ulzebek, andremo avanti. Ciao a tutti.